Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me in this video and on my channel. I guess even though it's not really fall yet, September started, so somehow when it starts, I do feel the fall in the air. So I decided this year also to do a few videos, few tutorials, just welcoming the fall and celebrating fall. So today I will be painting some pumpkins. I did do my sketch on just a regular printing paper, then trace it onto a watercolor paper. So I will make it available for you to download from my website. There is a link in the description box. So if you like, you can go ahead and check it out. Then I just used this kneaded eraser, artist eraser, to remove the excess graphite from my watercolor paper, and afterwards I have pre-wetted the entire paper. Just use the clean water and a larger brush to pre-wet the entire paper. Afterwards I mixed in a little bit of orange. I'm using today watercolors from Etchr and also some of my watercolors, and I have mixed in some orange and then some very natural looking red to paint in some distant pumpkins, and then mixed in a little bit of black and brownish color just to paint beneath it, the shadows, and also just the entire ground. I guess it is fall, it is foggy and colors are quite dark, so I have used black and brown to paint in whatever is on the ground, and also a little bit above my pumpkins, just adding watercolors as much as I think needed. It's not going to be green colors. Some splatters with clean water and some splatters with black for the texture. Adding a little bit more of the black and then just adding a little bit more of the red in the lower part of my pumpkins, just to create some shadows. And well, I guess the paper started to dry in the upper part, so I added a little bit more of the water there, and just I guess same mixture, black and brown, to create foggy sky, and then a little bit more saturated black and brown to create some distant trees, some forest behind my pumpkins, and also ground just beneath the pumpkins that are near to us. Again, same colors. Now that the paper started to dry, I have also splattered again some clean water, and you can see how beautiful textures it created. Then I left it to dry, and I move on to painting my pumpkins. I'm using some oranges, yellows, reds to paint in the pumpkins. And I'm gonna add in the lower part a little bit of darker colors for the shadows. And then with this smaller brush, I'm painting in the stem, using black again and brown. And then some details on the pumpkin. And I'm gonna paint, I guess, all of those pumpkins in more or less similar way, using same colors. Also leaving some spots white in between parts of the pumpkins, those slices, pumpkin slices, just to make the distinction between them and I guess to make it look like a pumpkin. Details again here and there on the second pumpkin. Same colors for this one. And as I said, I really do love fall. I do love all seasons, and I guess I'm always looking forward to the next one. Just can't wait for that one to come. We had a very hot and long summer. It was just like more, again, like something like 3 months of very hot weather. It was like above 30 degrees. It was drought. That's, I believe, something about 100. I do believe something about 100 Fahrenheit. So it was very, very, very hot. And I guess just this cooler weather now, that the last couple of days and September, I'm just really looking forward just to breathe a little bit, to, I guess, have some cooler weather and to wear longer sleeves. I've missed that. So I do love fall, and I'm looking forward to everything that it brings. And that's, guess I wasn't really patient for the fall to come to start doing this. And there are a lot of things I'm planning for the October, so I guess, yeah, it's not gonna be time to paint fall paintings. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so a little bit more of the details in between the pumpkins. Just adding some lines for the shadows to distinguish again my pumpkins. The one on the back, but I guess pretty similar way to paint them all. You just need the patience, and you don't need to leave one pumpkin to dry to paint the one that it's next to it, because we don't want the bleeds in between the pumpkins. At least I didn't want the bleeds in between the pumpkins on this painting, so I was leaving one to dry fully before I started to paint the one next to it. So just keep that in mind. But if you would like to make it a little bit looser, that's also fine. That's just up to you, really. So I'm using oranges, reds, yellows, brown to paint in all of them, and a little bit of the black for the details. This is the last one now. And just adding a little bit more of the orange. Some yellowish, and then the stem with black, leaving some spots white. You can see I haven't painted the entire stem, just left some spots white. And I'm gonna add a little bit more of the details to, I guess, all of them where I see fit. And just adding a little bit of the orangey color just to make them shine a little bit more. And then I have added a little bit more of the pigment to the background. I did want to make it slightly darker. So again, I'm mixing in some black and brown to get a little bit darker background. Now that it's dried, it was just too light for me. So I've decided to add a little bit more of the pigment, some splatters again with black. And I decided to do a few finishing touches, few highlights with this white Posca pen. This is a fine tip Posca pen. So just adding a couple of details here and there. I'm not going to go overboard with that. Just some highlights. And a little bit more of the details again. You can just go ahead with your details as much as you like. You don't have to make it so detailed. I did want to add, again, you know, when paint dries it just becomes lighter, so I was missing some details. A little bit more of the splatters with black, and with that I'll be finishing up this painting and this video. Thank you guys a lot for joining me in the first one of the fall series. And I guess thank you so much for all your support and for every like and every comment. And I do love when you just give me your comments and your feedback. That just means a lot to me. And even though sometimes I'm not really maybe answering, I'm reading all of it and just soaking it in and thinking about it in the future videos. So please just go ahead and give me your feedback, what you think about the videos, what would you like me to paint, what would you like me to change, what you like, what you don't like. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye.